African Stars International School learners. I'm Ms. Helvin, your grade 7 Social Studies teacher. Welcome to our second Social Studies e-learning lesson. Our today's topic is the tools of map work, which is map work. So today we are starting with a revision of what we've covered since January. Before we start with our lesson, let us look at the answers to the previous activity. It was on page 53 in your Platinum Social Studies grade 7, activity 2.18. Describe some ways in which plants adapt to the hot, dry climate of the desert. Leaves and stems are thick to store water. Grasses are coarse. Plants are adapted to grow very fast when rain falls than usual. Plants are adapted to survive on moisture from fog coming from the ocean. Plants have deep taproot system. The taproot is that root which is in the middle of the root. Question 2. Compare a desert plant with an equatorial rainforest plant. What are the main differences? Desert plants. The desert plants have very small leaves to minimize evaporation. Because if they had bigger leaves, evaporation will take place more and it will lose water. The rainforest plant very large leaves to maximize evaporation. Desert plant. Plants are small and bush-like. So in the desert, the plants are always small and bush-like or dwarf. Rainforest plant, trees are very large or tall, up to 60 meters high up. Desert plants, very sparse vegetation, meaning that the vegetation in the deserts, the plants are growing far away from each other. And in the rainforest, it's very dense vegetation, so they are thick trees. The trees or the plants are growing next to each other. Desert plants, the deep root system to reach the water table. So the desert plants have deep root system to reach the water table. And in the rainforest, the plants have shallow, meaning that the roots are not so deep because the water is a lot, it's always raining. And the shallow root system is filled with water. The desert plant, it sheds leaves in dry season. Because if it doesn't shed leaves in dry seasons, the evaporation will take place and the plant will lose too much water which is not even there. And rainforest plant, it does not shed leaves in dry season. It is always evergreen. Okay. Direction. Maps. What are maps? Maps are drawing of plants of part of the Earth's surface. They show us a drawing of what an area would look like if seen from above. For example, you want to draw a map of your classroom, you have to draw it as if you are looking from above. We minimize the real size of the tables and of the chairs and of the boards also. So, maps help us to show, or it helps us to know where places are and also help us to go from places to places. For example, the maps which are always in the cars, they help us or they show us the direction of where we are going. Okay, direction. Direction is a way of telling the position of one place in relation to the position of another on a map or a picture. When we are covering direction, the observer will always stand on the place that follows the word from. For example, the direction from A to B and this direction of A from B. In case of the direction from A to B, an observer will stand at A. From A to B. You have to stand at A so that you can give the direction of B and the distance or direction of A from B. In this case, you stand at B to find the direction of A. Okay, let us look at the example. A direction of a star from a smiley face. So if you are asked to give a direction of a star from a smiley face, that means you have to stand at the smiley face, which is the direction will be west. The star is on the western side of the smiley face. Or the direction of a smiley face from a star. Again, you have to stand at a star to give a direction of a smiley face, which is on the eastern side of the star. All maps have a top and a bottom. And north is usually indicated on a map using a symbol and an arrow pointing toward north. If the position of north is not indicated on the map by means of an arrow, assume that north is at the top. So if you are given a map and that is not showing where north is, assume that north is at the top. North is always at the top of the map. The 4 main points on a compass, which are also called cardinal points. We have north, south, west, and east. And between those cardinal points, you find the intermediate points. We have northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Let us look at the compass, the magnetic compass with 8 points. If you look at the compass, you can see that there are 8 points, and also the cardinal points, the main points, south, west, north, and east. On a magnetic compass, the point, it is always pointing at the true north, which is the point, the arrow is always lying at the western side of the compass. Okay, let us look at the 16 points on the compass in this star-like image. We are only going to learn about the 8 points and not the 16 points. In this level, at your level of grade 7, you are only going to learn about the 8 points, which are north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, northwest. North and south are the most important directions. Therefore, the names of the direction between the cardinal points always start with these two: southwest, northeast, northwest, southeast. We have come to the end of today's lesson. Remember to keep safe, wash your hands, and avoid crowded places in order to fight